Hello and welcome to today's video. So this time we're going to be having a look at some more Nintendo 64 games running, or should I say attempting to run, on the RG351M. Now, I have already done a video of these and I was optimistic that the update to Arc OS, the operating system, would have ironed out a few more games, but sadly, well, it doesn't appear to be the case. So I've got a selection of what I feel are N64 classics to try today, and well, you know, they're not all turkeys, but as you can hear, the main issue is the sound. So you're getting that sort of stuttering sound, and although there are a few little things you can do on a game-by-game basis to try and get it a bit better, I am always reluctant to go fiddling around, and in fact I just don't have time to try and tweak a game to get it running better on a game-by-game basis. I just don't have that sort of time. I want to pick up and play, quick hit. So they're not all bad by any means, but sadly this is one which is perhaps not as good as we might expect. Next one actually isn't too bad, Bomberman 64. So have a little look at the gameplay on this one. But I guess there's not quite as much going on for it to cause masses of slowdown. Yeah, I mean, that's playable, definitely. Now next we've got Cruis'n USA, which I really enjoyed back in the day. I didn't own it, but I had a mate who had this one. But sadly, as you can hear, you know, it's just this sound issue. Why is the N64 so difficult to emulate? I don't know. But you know, if you're prepared to turn the sound down, you know, you can. This game is playable, and on multiple forums it does say, like on a racing game such as this, if you've done, once the sort of game's loaded in a bit into the cache memory, or for example you've got 3 laps to do, once you've got the first lap under your belt and it's loaded in, things actually pick up a little bit. And you do see that a little bit with this. Once all the textures and road and stuff is loaded in, it does sort of improve a little bit. But I think you get very frustrated very quickly playing this one. It's just not an enjoyable experience when there's so much else to be playing on this device. And this one I did have. In fact, I bought it when I bought my N64. I bought Extreme G. I'm trying to remember what else I bought at the time. I think it was Super Mario World. Super Mario 64 rather. But this was good fun. I loved it at the time. But once again, this one plays okay, but you just need to keep the sound down. Then you don't really notice it stuttering and struggling so hard. And there is that really nice sense of speed. And this next one, FZero X, always a Nintendo classic, but it's much the same story. Have the sound down, you can get by on this, you can actually have a bit of a game, but with the sound up, well, as you can hear, it's just not great. Mute City says it all. That's what you want to do with the sound. Mute it. I guess what we can hope for is that the next generation of these devices is just, going to be more powerful so they can handle N64, Dreamcast and PSP games a bit better. I just don't think the audience is going to accept another slightly underpowered device. It needs to really up its game, Anbernic. And of course now on the horizon, if you can get yourself one, we've got the Steam Deck recently been announced, and I think that's going to be a retro gaming behemoth. I really, really do. That will even be able to emulate the Switch, and it's just incredible. Cannot wait for one of those. But obviously that's going to be hundreds of pounds compared to one of these little devices, which is, even the top end model is £100, which isn't bad really. When you think how much gaming you can actually get on the go. Hydro Thunder. Absolutely love this game. It's basically an impossibility, as you'll soon discover. Just a waste of time. And such a shame because it's a great game, this one. Look at it, the music's awful and the frame rate is appalling. This one, however, was brilliant. This was a revelation. I don't remember playing this one back in the day. I love Robotron, and of course with the dual analog sticks on the RG351, one for moving the guy around and one for aiming and shooting, this game plays blimmin' brilliant. I'm glad to say I didn't really notice any sort of slowdown. It was super quick, wave after wave. This was brilliant fun, so I can recommend this one highly. In fact, it's one of the best ones we'll see today, in actual fact. So you may not have many N64 games on your RG device, but this is one I suggest sticking on because it's great. Robotron 64, just like the old arcade. Things start to get a bit mental now. Yeah, recommended that one. This is the last one we're going to play today, and it's not a complete write-off, although this one's always been quite tough to emulate. And that's the N64 Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer. Another great game, this one, actually really good. Takes the best bit of the Phantom Menace. Now, although you've got the crackly sound, which is not great, the actual pod racing part of it is absolutely fine. So from that point of view alone, just turn the sound down a little bit and I think you'll be alright. Now if you are still on the fence about picking up a RG device, I can very much recommend Droix in London, though they ship worldwide. And they have given me a 5% discount code, so if anything you buy following the link in my description down below, you'll get an additional 5% off, which, you know, will more than cover next day postage, which they do. And they've got loads of other stuff as well, like cases and Bluetooth controllers and things like that, so do check them out. Now, if you have enjoyed today's video, do please give it that thumbs up and do please consider subscribing if you've not already for regular RG350 action. I've got quite a bit more still to cover. Thanks for watching today. Bye.